that way. Core fundamentals, guys. So this is what we were doing last week. Main position, hands high, hand low. I do like to grip the thumb inside the middle to hold both collars. This makes it harder for my partner to manipulate. Okay, sorry?
That's your finger.
My finger. What did I say?
Your thumb in the middle.
Well, thumb in the middle. So my thumb's in the middle. I don't have my thumb on the outside. So when I'm doing this, I don't want to grip so my thumb's on the outside. It's easy to manipulate. So my thumb goes in the middle, and that'll help pull the collar up to get the grips from there. I don't have to have the finger in the middle. I can just hold it. I just prefer to have that here. So what I'm doing is trying to get both of the collar controls. This makes it hard for my partner to manipulate and drag the arm. But I find I'm just on the one collar. This is really easy for them to manipulate. Number two, the space I have available is underneath my right side. So first things first is I move my right leg backwards. I find it difficult to move my left leg backwards. This is more of a sweep area and triangle area. So I put my post onto my partner, right leg goes backwards, left leg goes backwards. Now what I'm doing is this, and simultaneously I start to take my heels down, so I take my bottom to my heels, bring my hand in to start to open up the guard, and I go to what we call the inside position. So I'm trying to get my elbows on the inside of the legs. Most common response is that they're going to open the legs or go to knee shield or set up the sweep. Right. So full guard again, so I want to get the grip on it. I do like to have my finger, but I'll make sure my thumb's on the outside, fingers on the outside to get the control. From here, my right knee slides backwards on the area that there's space. Left knee, cat stretch, make sure my hand comes back in, and I sit nice and low from here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Basically. So the bottom person's point of view of perspective, and this is kind of what we want to do is, I want to get the collar and sleeve grip. And the hand that's generally forward, I want to come over the top of this one. I don't want to be underneath it because Brenton can use that to lock my arm into position. So I do want to come over the top, I don't want to expose it this way. So if you think about it this way, the hand that's going to be opening up my guard is the bottom hand because the elbow's closest to my leg. So I want to get a grip on that side. Does that kind of make, so I just put gripping here, and then Brenton can start to initiate the guard pass on that side, so I want to get this grip. Brenton does exactly the same thing where he starts to create space. Once he creates space, I'll put my knee through. So he's giving me space to be able to put my knee through. It's kind of like, it's very similar to the seat belt, which goes from the hip to the armpit. If it's dead flat, my partner can crush it. If it's open too far, my partner can circle the elbow over and start to get to the inside passing position as well. So I do want to kind of keep it in this position from here. What we're going to do now is the initiation on the sweep requires me to counterbalance my partner. What my partner's going to do, Brenton, is he's going to use his right hand to drop his elbow on the inside of my legs, let go, and swing his hand underneath my top knee. This is the hardest part about the entire move, to shut the triangle down, because this is the first thing I'm going to do is to try and grab the triangle. Instead of grabbing the collar, you're going to take your shoulder, by default my knee, to my face. So that's here. So even if I shoot the triangle, you've half passed the triangle. So even if I pull the triangle, you've got that momentum to stop me from locking this up super tight. The second thing about it is, once we get to this position, I do like to grab the back of the head, thumb in. So this hand here grabs the back of the head, thumb into the collar. And what it'll do, this will enable me. So if you think about it this way, right? If you cannot compress, because my legs, well, they're not, but most people's legs are pretty strong. So I'm going to fight you from here. So instead of doing that, you pull my head to my knee, you compress my spine. So this makes it even harder to shoot the triangle. All we do now is run the corner. So we keep running, keep stacking me up, and you end up with a guard pass. So this is a really nice way to deal with them opening the guard, me going for my sweep. I see what a lot of people do is they back out to try and do what we call range passing. This one here, you're much better off trying to close the gap up. So I'm just going to change the sideways just a little bit. So 1 and 2, close guard. As Brenton creates space, you know, I'm like wicked from here. So the first things first is that I have zero control of this hand. So you shoot the hand underneath and go to my knee line. Instantly, you drive my knee to my face as I'm trying to pull the triangle. Your right hand goes to the back of my collar, pull my head to my knee. So you compress my spine. Now, keep the pressure here. So this pressure stays here. Slowly walk your body around. Now, they've got the hand inside. They're probably going to wrist lock themselves. They keep the hand inside the collar. So they're generally going to disengage. Now, you're not trying to pop your head. You're trying to make it so uncomfortable that I want to be out here. So you just keep driving that. And like some of us are really flexible. So I'm like, no. And you've got to actually go, keep calm, really past. No, so I'm going to make this as hard for him as you can, and when you're ready, just lift your head, so pass the guard. So even if they're hyper flexible and got good hips, you can still pass it, but you can't lift your head until the knee line is past the head line, otherwise they'll rehash the guard. Right, so you've got to keep that knee line. Once the knee is here, I can't rescue very easily. Okay, guys, change partners. 1, 2, 3.
Stretch.
Let's go. And also my guard, the pressure. Right, if you think about it this way, we're going to go. So I grab the collar, sleeve, shoot the inside position from here. Emma's elbow comes under. The instant that you're in the position from here, you need to get my knee onto your shoulder. Make sure it's not on your bicep or arm. I have a lot better control from here. So the way that we do it is we kind of shut. We're kind of raising our elbow above our head, raise the elbow above, and that would put it up to here. Secondly is this, I'm going to explain this. I don't like to cross the arm in front. Just so. Right, the reason being is I can slip my knee and get to the inside position. Right, so what we want to do is make sure that the arm is tight, so from here. Now, if your weight is on your knees, you've only got like your abdominal muscles, and I'm going to fight you from here. So what you want to do is you want to put your weight onto your shoulders and your hand and TP, so you come up onto your toes. So this is a much harder force for me to deal with, and it also means that by putting weight down on me, not through me, you're putting my hips down as well. So ideally we want to be up onto our toes like a teepee, and we want to have our head lower than our bottom, so that there's a driving force.
Are we looking at flattening, like the whole way down versus?
No. So the concept on this one is, if you, number one is, if you turn your head here, I'm going to get the inside position. So you want to close it. So you want to get my knee to my, this is the number one issue. You want to get my knee to my face straight. That's the number one issue. So there's no space. So even my frame system doesn't become involved. Now, you keep that tension and you simply just walk around. So that's that thumb in the back, and you just simply walk around. So as you walk. So this becomes that really awkward. Now, I know I can keep my leg here, but it serves zero purpose, like it does absolutely. But if there was 10 seconds left in the fight and I wanted to stop the guard pass, you know, like I'd fight. But if this is early in the fight, I'm going to end up blowing my hip flexor out. I'm going to wear myself out. And most importantly is, Emma's just got her weight on me. Like, she's not burning energy. It's negative for me. So at some stage, I've either got to admit that I'm going to get my guard pass and go to recovery position, or try to turtle or something other, which is extremely hard because I've got my hip line. So when you guys and girls doing this pass, I need you guys to TP, so your bum's higher than your head, and that you're driving through your partner. Okay, let's go again. 1, 2, 3. This is the Master 3 that won at Carlos Vieira. This is how he sets it up. So we're going to go assume that my part, it doesn't actually matter, to be honest, from here. So first things first is we're going to get double sleeve grip. And this is the hardest part, is we're going to put our feet on the ground, going to create space, and we're going to just bring our feet over the top. So feet go up onto here. And then what we're going to do is just let our partner move around a little bit. So it just allows us to start to shoot really fast triangles, and it's just such a deceptive guard. So the part on it is that when we do this, a lot of time we're trying to get to the inside position, and we've already explained, even if I have this control from here, right, I'm still in a position where my partner can initiate the guard pass. If we did the class last week, which was from here, Brendan simply goes over my legs, kicks backwards, holds his hands together, and goes into the double overhook guard pass. So to stop that, what we're doing is from here, very, very simple, control, right, and it doesn't matter, so full guard. All I'm going to do is put my feet down, bring both feet up onto the shoulders, and keep the arms there. So what we're going to do is just have a little bit of play. My partner's going to try and initiate the guard pass. Just have a little bit of a play around with it. My goal is to keep these here, and I'm trying to get as much separation on the elbows as I can. As much separation. I find once I go to the leg, I find I lose a lot of control of my partner. So what I've found for myself is it's easier for me to change by using my legs and change off balancing instead of trying to grab the legs. So the game once again, we start in full guard from here. First things first is feet on the ground, come back and just put both feet up nice and tight. I keep the hands pinned in. So it's easier, my hands here, roll that way. So if he does pull the arms out, it's actually quite, where this one here does get better control. Here, we just play the game. So first thing, back in space, play the game. Go, so you've got this ability to start to like work some really cool sweeps from here and just be a little bit active with it. 1, 2, 3, let's go. I may play this a little bit. So full guard, feet, shuffle, feet. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to flare my elbows like I'm trying to do a double seated row. That's the most important part. Now, the general consensus is most people are going to try and stand or go to combat stance. That's, you know, right, so from there. Combat stance, where's the space? Where's the space? So, cross the hands. Like, if you think about, like, where's the space? Can I put something in the space to stop him from moving forwards? Can I cross the hands over? Because if he can't post, it's going to fall. So for me, it's like, you know, like I'm here, foot in, and I keep that, and like, you know, let's just say, okay, like Brenton stands. And it does correct me, start to drive my legs over your head. Pull. Cross the hands. Fuck.
Timber.
You've got so many options from here, but you've got to play this really safe, aggressive game. I find by crossing the hands over once they're off balance, that's the sweep mechanic. Instead of trying to use my legs to sweep them, I find by off balancing, by crossing the hand and like almost turning the wheel of the bus with the hands, I find that off balances them a lot more than trying to kick with my legs. So we'll partner up again, guys, and just try and if I just put something in the valley to keep them from coming forwards and backwards, and just try and cross the hands over and see how you go on the sweep. 1, 2, 3.
Something like that, mate, sorry?
Yep.
Yeah, but you dropped your knees.
Okay, so just for you guys, got my grips, Brenton gets his sleeve control, throws the feet up onto my shoulders from here, okay? So one of the things I want to understand is that the more that I can get the separation of the grip break, the better it is for me. Right. I've got to watch my balance, actually I've got to watch my balance pretty much in the 4 major directions, which is, you know, like forwards, backwards, etc. So one of the things I want to do from here is I want to play a game where I start to get the separation or put a frame system in on the inside. So instead of the combat stance where I come up, or combat stance, put my knee through his knee. Right. So what I see a lot of time is that they go the bicep control and we're playing kind of from the outside. So I've given my partner a little bit of space to be able to manipulate me and move me. So what I'm doing instead is I try and get the grips onto the belt or the gi. What I'm doing is I bring my knee in between my elbow and his leg, and I start to turn, so I put my knee through. Right, my hand's already here, so drive my hand through, and start to pass. All right. So this is a high level pass, it goes straight to your back step. It's a pass to guard. So again, foot on bicep, and this is the hardest part from here. It says you can't come too far forward, can't come too far backwards. So I like to just come to the side of fraction. That gives me the space. So my knee comes through. I punch his hand to the ground. So even if they're flexible and they keep that foot in the front here, it's actually quite hard. Yeah, it's really hard. And if they do, I just keep turning my shoulder. Don't turn your shoulder open, because you're passing the guard this way. All right. Smash the knee, and like I can split them up. I can almost make them tap from this position. So he's still got control of the sleeve. Put my knee to the ground. To step through the guard. So this is one of the high level passes when they start to initiate the butterfly guard, the foot and bicep guard. It's not for everyone. You kind of need to have a good pull because you're balancing on one leg when you put the knee through. but because they're holding me, they kind of become my platform to balance on. Who would like to see it one more time? Ian, come hither. My hips are quite agile. So once I go here, right, and I've got the control, if you think that's right, just offside now, pop your knee and put your knee through the centre line. This is the hardest part, is this. So you've got to kind of turn your knee this way, to get through. And now, punch that hand to the ground. That'll open up the knee line. And now, you think about it, so I'm not going to let go, and I'm going to try and move you. So you've got to put all your knee to my shoulder. You can do it. So keep going, keep going. Yeah, go. So that's, and I'm going to fight you, but you know what I mean? So now, once you're here, yes! So you actually don't have to clear.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, I'm pretty much holding you onto me as the balance point. So as if you decide to try and grip break, and you lose your balance, because all of a sudden, as you're pulling your hands out, you don't have a post system anymore.
Yeah.
So we're here.
Like surfing on you.
Yeah, exactly. 1, 2, I'm feeling pretty good. Change the angle, pops knee through. I'm still feeling pretty good. Punch this. Now, all of a sudden, it's just, yeah. So, like for me, this is one that passes after last year's Worlds, where I couldn't pass the guy's guard. He played. I went to research, and this is the highest percentage pass done on inception of the foot and bicep or the butterfly guard on inception. So before they get the foot and bicep, before they get the controls, this is what we should be doing. So as soon as they get that and their feet open, we should be looking to penetrate on the inside of the legs to split the legs open, so that way they can't recycle their legs through. Okay, let's have a shot. Yes, Alan, sorry.
Question is, what's it point of putting feet here?
Yep.
Then it's still just in your.
Well, so what it is, it's like, if you think about it this way, this is the game, right? And it sounds counterintuitive, but here, I've got the strongest mechanic, my legs, in front of you, right? And I've got control of your two major weapons. So I've got the ability to manipulate you from here, where if I'm here, I'm not going to go foot and bicep because I'm losing that control. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the game from here. I'm going to wait and see what you do. And one of the things that they were doing, I'm really sorry about this, is they were going to the neck and they actually started to try to choke the people from here. Like the guy last year pretty much pulled guard and was going here, would go here, and put this foot here and would play this. You have to react because you know it's actually quite hard
It sucks.
to react to.
Yeah.
So I watched him this year do that as well, and he was people just pretty much going, I have to fall over to get out of it, and now they were just allowing him to sweep them like, you know, like really easy. It was stupid. Okay, let's try that, guys. 1, 2, 3.